One of the ways that we can tell that somebody is living kind of a forgiveness type of life, we've talked about it in the past, that one of those was a sense of kindness. It's easy to approach other people and be kind. We feel that we have been through a lot, and it's easier to be kinder to others and extend that kindness. It's a sense of living in gratitude. It's an interesting byproduct, though, that also comes out of forgiveness. And that is what I kind of termed an awe-filled life. We go from a life that's awful. We have been hurt. Unfairnesses have happened, whether it's life or whether it's people, and so life is awful. As we begin to live life through the lens of gratitude and kindness, we begin to take on a certain awe of the world. We begin to see the goodness and the newness and those experiences, and we're filled with awe. Now, part of what happens when we're going through the steps of grief or grudging and forgiveness, that life has been really hard, and we tend to be, if this isn't resolved, if we don't work on it, we become very bitter. We become cynical. Life we can't trust. We don't talk about it much. There's always an air of depression and pain that sits there. Life is not great. Life is not fun. And even those times, especially if there's a depression that has begun to tinge the way that we look at the world, it affects then how we see things, and it robs us of the joy of simple things. So that even if we're seeing something new or enjoying, whether it's a movie or a sunset or time spent with family or friends or whatever, we're still sitting inside the bitterness and inside the anger and hurt that we're experiencing, and we're not able to completely see the wonder of things around us. When we begin to let go of all of that and we begin to be filled with gratitude, the world opens up and we begin to see with a sense of awe and wonder in the same way that a child is going to do that at a holiday or on vacation, or they're seeing things for the first time. Are we filled with a sense of awe and wonder? Does it excite us? Does it feel like our life is better as a result of having seen this thing or done this thing? We feel a little bit more enlivened. Well, that sense of awe and wonder is a marker. It's a way of checking ourselves to see how we're doing. For instance, if we're looking at something, whether we're traveling or something, where we're looking at something and most other people around us would be going, wow, that's great, or they can see it and there's a sense of excitement, or this is new and this is interesting. And we ourselves are still being bogged down by that sense of hurt or depression or bitterness or anger. That's really a sign we haven't moved on yet. We're still hanging on to that somehow there's a part of us that says we don't deserve that peace. We don't deserve to be happy. We're supposed to hang on to the pain. And so in doing that, then we are unable to then move forward, and we're being unable to see with that sense of awe what is about us. Awe tells us we've moved on. Awe tells us that there's space in our heart for newness, for excitement, for seeing something wonderful in the world, that perhaps there's something a food that we haven't tried, or an experience that we haven't had, or simply that moment where in talking to a man the other day, and he was talking about being surrounded after years and years of going through pain. He was surrounded by his family on an evening, and he just looked around and was just filled with a sense of gratitude for the moment. There wasn't anything special going on, as much as just being very mindful and in the moment of saying, this is good. I like my family, or I like what's going on here at the moment. And he was able to say, this is different from the past, where, especially over the last couple of years, I haven't seen the goodness in this. I've just been so buried in my own grief and fears, to be able to say, this moment is good. And I'm really kind of blessed here. And it's not perfect, and it doesn't mean that there isn't more pain and things to come, but this is good. And I like this. To me, that's that sense of, it's I can enjoy this moment. I don't know what's going to happen down the road, and I certainly have been through some painful things in the past. But right now, this moment, this experience, this is pretty good. And I'm at peace with the fact that I can enjoy this pretty good and be able to do it right now.